Hi, I'm Radhika, and I'm a student volunteer blogger, and I'm here to interview
Me, Judith Bacal, and I am the director of exhibits at the Maritime Aquarium.
Great. So my first question is, how exactly did you get into this job? Like, what interested you about the aquarium and specifically this job?
Well, I've been doing this for over 20 years, and I actually went to school for industrial design, and industrial design is kind of somewhere in between architecture and graphic design. Yeah. And I lived in Chicago and got a job at the Shed Aquarium in Chicago early on in my career, and that's kind of how it all started. So I have my background is in design, and I became more interested in science and ecology and biology and ocean climate, all that stuff.
So in general, what would you say has been, whether it's right now or in the past or whatever, what's been your favorite exhibit?
Oh, that's a tough question. That's a tough question because every exhibit has had something about it that's been pretty fun and interesting. And I mean, the biggest exhibit I ever worked on was in Chicago, and it was a giant, big new building, and that was very exciting, and that's really where I learned a lot about what I know today. But you know, like I love doing frog exhibits. That was a really cool exhibit, and a Go Fish exhibit has been a really great exhibit. I have to say my favorite exhibit would have to be the first white alligator exhibit I did, which wasn't here actually. Is it okay if it wasn't here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Only because it was the first time I'd ever really, well, that's not true. The whole team of people took a trip. We decided we were going to do an exhibit with white alligator, but we were going to focus on the Louisiana swamp as the theme. So we actually, at the time, we had some budgets, and the whole team went down to Louisiana and did research into the ecology of the swamp, and actually got a tour with a guy who grew up in Louisiana swamps and went into in a boat and saw animals in real life and learned about plants and ecology and all that stuff through a real person, and that was an amazing experience. And then we brought all that back and turned it into an exhibit, and that was really fun.
And could you just explain any difficulties or the process of creating a new exhibit or keeping one up, how difficult?
Well, those are definitely different parts of this. It's setting up an exhibit and maintaining an exhibit are definitely different things. Setting it up is always challenging because as much as you plan, there's often things that don't happen and you can't anticipate. So the secret is to be able to be flexible and be able to be okay about it. The better you plan, the more you can prepare for things. It's like anything, really.
Yeah.
If everything else is, most of your ducks are generally in a row, if one thing goes wrong, you're okay. If none of your ducks are in a row, then you're not in good shape. So you get better at foreseeing problems. I think a big part of working with people on exhibits, it's very much a team effort.
That's all I have, so thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. How'd I do?
You did actually really good. I'm not gonna act surprised. No, that would be.
All right. Well, thanks.